Oh man. Oh my, yo, I'm so embarrassed right now. The only thing I can do is just laugh at myself. And this is embarrassing, man. I'm here looking at the top scores for the night, and I feel like crap, man. I'm not gonna lie. I have no explanation. Um, Open it up right here, and I'm a man. I'm willing to be a man about stuff in life. And today is an embarrassing day for me, okay? I'm looking at Boogie 81. That's 7 times value, all right? 7 times value, Kevin Durant. LeBron just made just about. I'm not really too upset about LeBron. Look at the dogs, them. Andre Drummond, 62. Vucevic, that was easy. Vucevic did good. I did not see that from Karl Anthony Towns. DJ, I had DJ initially. DJ had a good game. Schroeder didn't really do as good as Lou Will, he shut me up for sure. Jimmy Buckets had less than Lou Will. Drew Holiday came through. We knew that was gonna happen. Gary Harris, Fournier looked like his old self today. Today was the day of the chalk, man. If you went with all the obvious plays, you won. But damn, man, I'm telling you, it's an embarrassing day for me. Courtney Lee did very well, 6 times value. Jared Jack, Danny Green, I did call that out. I said stack Danny Green with Rudy Gay. Danny Green got 30. He did pretty good for himself. Rondo did all right. I'm not too mad at the Rondo production. The Samson kid, last minute. I'm telling you, man. It was just a bad day for me, man. Did not see this coming. I did not see Kevin Durant dropping a triple-double. Am I going to put respect on this? I'm embarrassed, y'all. I'm embarrassed. I can admit as a man that it was a very embarrassing night. Tyreek Evans shit the toilet. It's crazy. This is crazy. This is nuts. How much did Rudy Gay get? I didn't see him on this list here. Just going through yesterday's and just trying to see where I went wrong. So Rudy Gay and Rudy Gay did his thing. If you had Rudy Gay and what's his name stack you, Danny Green, I kind of felt that. I felt that combo. That was one of the last things that I said. Had some good ideas, had some not so good ones. Where did I go wrong? I chased a lot of Tyreek Evans. All right. Got disappointed by a lot of Alfred. Alfred could have did better. But nobody really. Who let me down? The Quinn Cook kid did all right for his minimal price. Barnes didn't do too bad. Drummond did great. Dirk did. So Tyreek Evans, and Peyton. Tyreek Evans and Peyton. And unfortunately, they were in both of my lineups. So taking those L's cost me. But the lineup, I had some good ideas, man. I had some good ideas. I just, minus all that chalkiness going off tonight, we'd have been in the running. But when everything lined up the way it did today, and I do DFS for a long time. It doesn't always work like that. But I got my ass bust, and I take the L. Man. Let's get into tomorrow's lineup. It's not one of those nights when I'm like, yeah. It's no turning up tonight, man. Everything turned down right now for me, man. Everything turned down. So you know what that means. Tomorrow I'm doing a head-to-head $100 with Music Girl, and hopefully I take her money from her. I feel pretty good about it. I feel good about tomorrow because I think I'm gonna go back to some simplification, and I think I got an idea with tomorrow, how tomorrow should be played. All right, let's go to YouTube so I can get chastised. I'm so afraid to click on the YouTube tab. Oh, I just want to mention my $50 giveaway when I get to 1,000 followers. I already came up with today's number. Today's number was pretty easy to come up with. So the way it works is between 0 and 50, you're going to pick a number. You got 5 chances to pick that number. After this video is done, you're going to come back to it in the comment section. You're going to comment 5 numbers between 0 and 50. Everybody that gets that number tomorrow, I'm going to put your name into a bag. When I get to 1,000 followers, I'm going to shake that bag up. I'm going to pick one name on the live show, one by one. The last name standing in the bag is going to win $50, all right? So right now you can't leave any numbers in the comment section. But as soon as the video is done, or for those who's not listening to this live but watching this after the live is done, go ahead and like the video, hit the thumbs up, comment in the comment section 5 numbers between 0 and 50. And if you get the number that's in my head right now, I'm gonna put your name, your name in a bag, and every day you have a chance to win up until I get to 1,000 followers. So congratulations to the 10, 11 people who won today's number, and we're gonna keep it going for tomorrow. All right. All right, let's click on the YouTube and get harassed. Let's go get harassed by you guys. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Sim? What's good? Rough night. I had Vooch and Zebo, but picked Reek and Porzingis. Yeah, me too. I didn't cash, but we can bounce back for sure. Thanks for getting me off KD. My bad, bro. Yo, that's not KD. Have KD ever triple-double? How many times? Let me Google that. How many times? How many times has Kevin Durant had a triple-double? First triple-double. He gets his first look. Kevin Durant gets first triple-doubles. This is not normal, man. I'm telling you guys, man. But if I'm a guy that preach usage and injury depleted and all that, I should have just went with KD. That's a fact, because that's what I preach. Practice what you preach. Keep it simple. Just simple shit, and I didn't go with it. So that's what I get. All right. I scored 290. Yeah, when all chalks go off like they did today, the cash line is gonna be high, guys. So I can imagine that the cash line is over 300 tonight. I could just imagine it. Any other night, that's a win. Exactly. Any other night, we would win. But tonight, everything planned out. Like tonight is like a Vegas night. Vegas won tonight. Everything went by the odds. You know what I mean? And the way that you win gambling is by defying all odds sometimes. But tonight's just everything went by the odds, man. Everything went like the odds. I don't know how to say it. Cousins showed up and showed out. He definitely did. He definitely did. The 2 guys to fade KD and Boogie had a night. Yep. Cash line was insane. Of course. I mean, when your value go off and the people who's supposed to go off, then of course that's what you're gonna get. Yo, let's get this right tonight. You got a rep to keep up on your shit. Let's get this fuego, my G. Yo, tomorrow I got a cool little strategy. I'm gonna give y'all my pitch and y'all gotta tell me how y'all feel about it. I feel like tomorrow we good. Drummond was fuego, of course. All the time. Drummond's super reliable, man. Super reliable. Hey, don't feel too bad. 318 and didn't win big. I just broke even. Boys had some heat tonight. That's a fact, man. That's why I don't really, honestly, I'm embarrassed, not because I lost, but because everybody that I went so hard telling you guys not to play, they did well. And that's embarrassing. Yeah, if I was a person that was selling lineup, I swear to you, I would literally refund everybody tonight. A night like tonight. Most night, if I sell lineups and you lose, I don't care because you know the name of the business. But a night like tonight, when I'm telling you, listen, don't play him, leave him alone, and then they all go off. Like somebody said, we should have just played everybody you said not to play. And I have no response to that. You're right. You should have. You'd have won. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. King Howie says he cashed today. Good for you, man. If somebody in the crew cashed, then yes, I feel like I won because what a day. Marcus Smart is not somebody I mess with. He does do well from time to time, but Porzingis, and I was watching that game. I don't know about Porzingis, man. Porzingis is soft, yo. He needs to put some weight on. Definitely need to put some weight on. Smart was negative for the most game. Porzingis ain't do anything. I'm not even mad. We will keep doing what we do. Of course. You know, I'm not gonna stop doing what I do. I'm not gonna stop doing what I do. Go ahead, like that video. Hit the thumbs up. Do the thick and the thin, man. KD had no Green and no Curry, but I faded him and still did decent. That's what's up, Sean. Yeah, I preach usage. And for a guy that I know that was gonna get the whole usage, 2 out of the 4 big 3 was down, even though he was overpriced. No Curry, no Draymond. It was like no brainer, in hindsight, it's like, yo, especially when the whole of America, like that's something else that I preach. You knew that the whole of America was gonna have 2 people, Kevin Durant and old boy on the Sacramento Kings, Zach Randolph. You knew that. I knew that. And normally I just handcuff those kind of players, so no matter what they do, I'm still in the running. You know what I mean? If they do bad, at least it's not about them. If I'd have had them with some Vucevic and Drummond, I'd have been in a good spot because everybody else had them too. So just got to keep going with what I believe in, what I know works. All right. One word. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not playing Embiid tomorrow, guys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all could call me whatever you want. I'm not playing Embiid. All right. Gave some good advice. Definitely, Eric. If you go back and listen to my video, a lot of stuff that I said panned out how I said it, man. The two things that kept me back today is Alfred Payton and flipping Tyreek Evans. But I'm telling you, I called out some good players. I was in some good spot. I'm not sweating it, Alex. Trust. I'm just, when as part of being a competitor, when you lose, you got to analyze what you did wrong and try to get better at it. And when we win, we have to look at what we did right and be consistent at it. And something that we do when we win and we analyze is when a team is injury depleted, you play the next person up for usage. You play that person because that's sports. That's what works. And for two of Golden State, 4 people to be out, and I'm there like just using my personal judgment against Kevin Durant and how I don't like him and whatever. And that don't win money. The way I feel about Kevin Durant is not going to win me $1. As a matter of fact, it cost me today. So it's just a learning experience, man. I just got to really stick focus to what I believe in, stick to what I believe in. Butler was trash. He wasn't trash. He did all right. He did over 5 times, I believe. Put up 340 on a FanDuel and couldn't hit. Jesus Christ. Butler barely missed. Exactly. Butler was all right. Porzingis and Evans were trash. Steals and blocks. That's what I said. I said the thing with Butler, if he doesn't have a good offensive game, he'll have some defensive stats that'll take us where we need to be. And that's why I like Butler. But Butler, he's not one of the dogs then, but he's not dismissed yet. He did show some fight. He was in the 40s for 7K. I could do that. I could do that. All right. KCP, nah. I got a little strategy for tomorrow that should help us win. Let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. So, LAL versus Philly. Starting with Philly, I do like a lot of Philly players, right? But they're so expensive. And unlike Kevin Durant, most of them are healthy. It's not like somebody's out where we could say the usage is going to go up. So for them to be that price, it worries me. And a lot of people are going to look at Joel Embiid and see that he just went off for 90 and feel like, hey, I just need half of that, which is a fact. But I got to take into consideration what else. I love Embiid. Embiid is my favorite Sixer to play. We know that bigs against the Lakers is a thing. And Embiid is what you want. There's nobody that can stop him on that team. And I guess him and Lonzo had some exchanges, and there's incentive for him to go and show up against this team or whatever. But he's 10K, all right? And there's other people in that price that I prefer. Like, for example, I'll pay up for James Harden another $1,000 than to go Embiid. In order for me to go Embiid and Harden, I'm going to have to face some really good players on the slate that I don't want to. And we'll get into that some more. So for right now, I'll pull them over. But when I get into more of the breakdown, I'll kind of show you guys what my thought process is for tomorrow. All right. Simmons, same deal. He went off for what? 57, which is just about 6 times value. And he almost had a triple-double. But the thing is, in that game, he had 5 steals. Is he going to get 5 steals tomorrow? How many steals did he get on a normal basis? Oh, he had 6 the other day. 5 against Boston. So I guess he's playing 3, 2. So steals a thing for him. He's playing very good defense. The Lakers are a young team who makes a lot of mistakes. They can give it up to him. Again, I like him. Let's pull him over, but I don't think I'm going to be able. Look, between Embiid and Simmons now, I only got 5K per. We still got, believe it or not, I'm picking on some Beal tomorrow, and I'm going to explain my reasoning for that. We still got Beal. We still got Harden. We got Westbrook on this slate. We got TJ Warren. If we take into consideration usages and the stuff that we preach that works, we gotta have to look at TJ Warren tomorrow, guys. We have to. All right. So with that being said, it's hard to have both of these guys on the team, even though they're both in a good spot. All right. Now let's go to the Lakers. Those are the only. Oh no, Redick. Redick is another guy that I look at on the Philly Sixers tomorrow. I do like Redick. I think he's in a good spot. In 34 minutes, he put up 30. Just spot what we need from him. On a 4-game slate, I prefer people with more upside, but Redick is safe, man. Look, 3 games in a row, just around 30. He can land you around 15 and 20, but the Lakers are not the type of team. Maybe because KCP is playing. Did KCP play that first game? I don't think KCP played that first game. And KCP, did he? Oh, yeah, he did. 41 minutes. So he had 30. He's 6'5K. So all these guys in play. If I was to play Embiid and Simmons, it would be a situation where I'm stacking this game. I'll play those two, then I'll throw in some Lakers. I love Ingram is my favorite Laker. The reason is because Ingram against fast-paced teams does well. All right. Houston, 38. Golden State, 50. Fast-paced teams. Phoenix, 35. Philly, 48. Fast-paced team. But as I was continuing to look at Ingram, I'm thinking, is it fast-paced team or is it a home and away thing? Right? Because now I'm looking at his home and away game. Home against Houston, 38. At Denver, 24. But I get it. That's altitude, right? Home against Golden State, 50. The Clippers, they share home court, whatever. Then he went to Sacramento. That should be a good matchup for him. It's only 30. Then he came back home. He played Chicago. He had 36. Played Phoenix at home. He had 35. Philly at home. He had 48. In Phoenix, he only had 14 in a close game. And that's a team that, without a doubt, he's supposed to do well against. So I'm thinking, is it a pace thing? Because Phoenix is one of the highest paced teams. But in Phoenix, he only can get you 14. So is it a pace thing or does he need that crowd? Is he an emotional guy that needs the crowd behind him and the bench going crazy? So I looked at his splits. At home, he's averaging 33. On the road, he's averaging 25. And that was something that concerned me about Ingram. But other than that, I do like Ingram. That's just something to really pay attention to tomorrow. All right. Caldwell Pope, super steady, super consistent. Kuzma is another guy I like. I like Kuzma. Again, their home and away split scares me. Lakers do not do well on the road, man. They go to Denver, get blown out. They went to Sacramento and lost big. They went to Phoenix. They won in Phoenix, but I don't know who went off there, but it wasn't Kuzma. He played 34 minutes. Milwaukee, they lost, but Kuzma went off. At least I know Kuzma on the road can show up. So for 5-5, I like Kuzma. In 30 minutes, he put up 30 points. I think Kuzma is in a good spot, but he's coming off the bench. And again, I just got my eyes elsewhere for today. But I do like Kuzma for that price. All right. Nance, another guy, just 5K. If he gets 30 minutes, which he has been, I don't see how he cannot. You know, the Lakers, the way that the team know that they're not doing much this year and they suck, I feel like the coach is on some like, yo, we're experimenting on a nightly basis, especially on the road. On the road, he wants these guys to get experience in different situations. I just feel like they're not to be trusted, and for that reason, I don't want to mess with this game. I'm being 110 with y'all. I don't want to really mess with this game like that. I feel like the Utah-Houston game is going to be a close game. I don't feel like Utah is going to get ran out of their own gym, especially the way that Mitchell has evolved. All right, so. Something I'm looking at. All right. And that's it for that game, man. I'm really not really too interested in it. I know that you guys have a lot of expectations from Embiid and you guys like him. But if you're going to pay up, you only could pay up for one person tomorrow. It's either going to be Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Embiid, or Simmons. Okay. And if you don't pick Harden, you could pick another 2 people, but you're still going to miss out on some good plays. And I think you have to have Harden tomorrow. Any game against Houston that's close, you got to have Harden. What's the Vegas odds on that game, by the way? Just curious. Houston by only 5. They only got Houston by 5 right now. That's my point. Exactly. That's my point. They got that as the closest game. You know, so and I that's how I know that I'm thinking along the right lines, man. I just feel like I don't really want to mess around with that game too much. I think it could be a mistake. It could definitely be. Let me see how y'all feel about it, though. Let me read y'all comments. Let's get to the YouTube and see what's going on. Bro, it's all good, my G. Money on deck and spades tomorrow. Let's get it. Oh yeah, I'm listen, man. I won so much money on here that I don't care. I bet a third of my winnings on a daily basis. So, and yesterday I didn't really bet big, so I still got to lose 2 more days to be in the negative, and not even because I just went on this little streak. So I'm way up. If you guys been watching, you know what's going on. Embiid is gonna go mental again. Fan, he hates LeVar. The Lakers suck at center and power forwards position. He put some respect on. Warren burned me. Yeah, but you can't say, like I said, you can't be too emotional and say I'm not gonna play him when he's in a good spot. He's in a good matchup, and his usage is gonna go up. And he's only like 6K. You gotta have Warren tomorrow. You have to play hard, and I agree. What's your thought on KCP? I think he's pretty consistent on the road. I'll see what we can do if we can get to him. Steven Adams is a lock. Why? Because the Nets suck against centers. True. But I prefer to say that Capella is a lock for his price over Steven Adams. I like Capella more than Steven Adams. On a day with such a small slate, should you try to stack as many big names as yes. And good value plays. TJ Warren is snowflake. I don't know. TJ Warren did me well, man. For point guard, for PG to me, you must choose between Simmons and Harden. I take exactly. I agree 100%, Randy. Wizard versus Suns a blowout. I don't know. Them Suns backcourt still got game, man. Mike James with no Bill, he might show up. He has a tendency to show up. Warren Cabal. Who was it? They don't got right. They already got too many scores. That's why I like Warren. I feel like Warren is the team tomorrow, and I feel like it'll be up to him. I can't say it's a blowout because there's no wall. So they're both banged up teams. You just got to pick the go-to player from both teams at this point and let both of them go at it. Both teams only have like one go-to player when you look at it, one or two. So why not get them in your lineup and do well? Prefer Westbrook over Harden. Westbrook, Harden, or Embiid, Harden. Because Harden is middle price and has a higher upside than all three of them tomorrow. Westbrook is on the road. Even though he does go off on the road, he goes off more when he's at home. On the road, he does not so much. So Harden go off wherever he wants to. Plus, he already dropped 80 on his team. Plus, with Mitchell playing the way he do, I see them going at it. I could just see it. I just visualize that competition tomorrow. Sadowski lock. I gotta look at it. Nance, I like. Houston is well rested, but the $1 million question is, will be step up again? It's tough because I want Embiid and Simmons. You just got to make two lineups. I'm not making two lineups on a 4-game slate. But that's how you do it. You just got to do a lineup with that and then the lineup with the Harden and everything else. I mean, I don't think it's worth it. I'm not going to do it. But it's worth it for you. Do it, Sean. Will Bill step up again? I'm going to show you something about Bill when I get to that game. I think so. This slate is about picking the right stars. No Lakers. Wizards not blowing the Suns out. Suns keep getting close. Exactly. But is it because of Booker that they do that? And with Booker being out, is that going to change things? We just don't know. We don't know. Don't trust Bill. We're going to look at Bill. We're going to do some Bill analysis. I think you have to have Westbrook. For 12K, Westbrook needs 72 just to make me satisfied. And then for upside purposes, he needs 80. Spencer Dinwiddie plays defense, especially at home, man. Trust me. I don't have a lot of expectations from Embiid. I got big expectations of you. Jeremiah, I hear you, man. Harden 83, Westbrook 77, Dinwiddie 50 against Utah. That's a fact. That's why you got to go Harden again. I'm happy you did that, Chris Glass. Harden dropped 83, Westbrook dropped 77, and Dinwiddie dropped 50. Go back to Westbrook. Trust me. I like Westbrook tomorrow. There's no point guards. Mitchell is my lock. Mitchell lock for me too. Love Mitchell tomorrow. They gave Mitchell the key, and he is speeding through this NBA right now. In a way, I got Mitchell as my rookie of the year right now, man. Especially, I don't know why. I just feel like as it come down to the rest of the season, I think Mitchell's just going to continue to blossom. But no, and you know, Utah's blessed, man. Hayward left, and they got somebody like Mitchell with his talent. I think and he plays a little defense too. That's pretty good. Capella versus Rudy that can only catch alley hoops. I pass. Nah, you see, you guys looking at it. It's a different Utah now. Capella versus Mitchell. Mitchell is like a little Westbrook almost. He's just erratic. He's gonna Capella double easy tomorrow for that 30 for that 6,300, man. Mitchell, the way that Mitchell plays is why you want Capella, man. And all them jump shots that they taking. Rudy is banged up and hurt. He's on a minute restriction. Another point to make, all right? And there's no Derek Favors or trust me, man. Capella is what you want tomorrow, man. We're gonna get to it. Warren had 40 real life points. I like Warren. I agree, Mr. Neal. You guys, man. All right. Capella like playing against true centers. That's a fact. That's a fact. Plus, Rudy's on a minutes restriction. Plus, the way that Mitchell plays, Capella gonna get some blocks in there. He's gonna get a lot of rebounds tomorrow with Burks and them throwing up all them 3-pointers when they come in and all that. And the only thing is minutes. Capella don't really get a lot of minutes sometimes, especially when Rudy goes to the bench and they want to go small lineup. But for 6,300, Capella already did good against that team. And I think Rudy played that game too. We're going to look at it in a minute. Just continue to see what you guys talking about. The night might have been an L, but my pockets be full on other nights because of you. Jeffrey, that's a fast outfit. I took an L tonight, but I'm ahead in this DFS thing. But we're going to turn that L upside down tomorrow, all right? What up, fam? Had a big bad night. I had Draymond in most of my lineups. Slept. Oh yeah, Draymond didn't play. The right Brooklyn players and big names will take down the JPP and the money. That's a fact. I'm actually liking Dinwiddie at home. I love Dinwiddie at home, but it's hard to get Dinwiddie in when we got all these other players on the slate. So it's a tough slate. Tomorrow's not as easy as it looks, man. What is the GPP? Westbrook is my dog. Utah are good versus Sunners. OKC, Brooklyn playing in Mexico, bro. That has no impact on basketball. It's basketball. They could play in Mexico, Spain, Israel. It's basketball, man. Sometimes you guys like fabricate these games with like unnecessary, irrelevant stuff. What does that have to do with who's gonna dominate who? I think it's kind of irrelevant where they're playing, unless somebody that's Mexican on the team and they feel like they want to. But Booker is out. He's the only Spanish person I know that would be playing. Let's keep it moving though. Phoenix versus Washington. Let's start with Phoenix. TJ Warren, I like tomorrow, okay? In 35 minutes, he put up 61 against this team. He put up 40 real life points, and he took 22 shots. All right? I don't know how that happened. He got 10 rebounds. We know that Washington does not rebound the ball too well. So the rebounds are going to be there for him tomorrow. Is he going to score 40? I don't think so. But if I could get about half or 2/3 of 60, I'm happy. And I think he would take me there. Going back to the system and how things work and how we get success in this game is usage is important with certain players, okay? Devin Booker was taking 30 shots per game before he got hurt. Simultaneously to that, this guy here was taking 19 and 21 shots, 20 shots. How many shots do you think he's going to take now that Booker is not playing? You get my drift? For 6K, I got to play TJ Warren. I feel like his usage is going to be high, and I'm sold on TJ Warren tomorrow. I like TJ Warren. Now, the next thing is Mike James. There was a game that Booker missed last week against Minnesota. Mike James took 20 shots that game, all right? He dished out 7 assists. He got to the line, and he was 50% on shooting, hit down some threes. Plus, Washington doesn't have a decent point guard. Granted, Ulis has been getting the start, but with no Booker, they'll probably start what's his name? They'll probably start this guy, Jackson. He's gonna pick up 2 quick fouls like he always does. He'll play like 10, 50. He's a foul guy. He's foul prone. He's a rookie. He got some stuff that needs to be fixed. But nonetheless, he has times where he can go off for 35 points. He has some upside too. And if there's usage to go around, I'll probably trust him a little bit. But when he goes like 0 for 3, 2 for 10, it worries me. It worries me. I'm not really too big on Jackson tomorrow. He played 12 minutes, 10 points against this team. Not too big on that. I do like Mike James though. I do like Mike James. I'm going to go ahead and pull over some Mike James and consider him. I do like Mike James with no Booker as a guard. I think Mike James is the most competent guard. Someone made that stat clear in the chat room for me that day when he went off for 30, and I ignored it. I dismissed it. Then at the end of the night, I thought of that person. I said, wait a minute. Somebody said that to me. I didn't even pay him any mind. If the stat shows that he gets the most usage bump, I'm all about usage bumps and players that can play. Mike James can play. He was doing well before whatever altercation he had with his teammate and they benched him. He was doing well before that. Ulyss is trash. Mike James is a better player. I'm not going to say Ulyss is trash because he's okay, but I like Mike James with no I like to have Mike James and Warren because they're the two most prolific scorers. That's the best way I could put it to you. When you look at the entire roster, none of these guys can create their own shot or take it to the rack like these two guys. So for that reason, I like those two guys. All right. Now let's get to Washington. That's it. If you want to look at the rest of Phoenix, I do have some interest in whoever starts at center for Phoenix. But the way that I love Capella, I couldn't really get into that too much. But Len is in 14 minutes, got 18. He's only 4,500. If he gets 20-something minutes against his team, I think he'll double-double. He's a rebound monster. Washington doesn't rebound well, but they don't like to start. If they say Len is starting tomorrow, he's a lock, all right? But Tyson Chandler just got some rest, so I'm assuming that he's going to get the start. In 33 minutes, he only got 11 points. He only got 3 rebounds. I don't know what the heck happened that day. I was trying to find out. But Tyson Chandler is the next son that I like. We've seen recently his game he went to Philly, put up 37. He went to Boston, put up 40. And last year, Tyson Chandler had a similar run where he was doing this type of stuff. So if that's the guy that we're seeing now, then we got to buy low before he gets back to 5-6K. And I have a little bit of interest in him. I do like Tyson Chandler. I just got to get the news who's starting and what direction that team is thinking about going in tomorrow before I make it official. All right, let's get to Washington now. John Wall is out. Satoransky and Tim Frazier, they cancel each other out. They both sucks. It's no use, okay? They're going to put the ball in Beal's hand, okay? Now, I've been going on rants about how I hate Beal, and I don't think he's a good player. I think without John Wall, he's been struggling, but he just had a career night. There's pros and cons to picking Bradley Beal. There are pros and cons to picking Bradley Beal. I'm going to play him tomorrow because I'm going to show you guys why, but before we even look at that, right? The guy scored 59 fantasy points, and out of all that 59, 51 was real-life points. So all he can do is score. He is so scoring dependent. I hate to pay up for shooting guards. But let's look at something, right? The last 10 games for Bradley Beal, okay? He went off against Miami. He got 10 rebounds. That's fake. Let's call that fake, okay? Toronto, he did 35. That's not going off, but that's not too bad. Oh, this was John Wall, right? Portland, okay? Minnesota played Jimmy Butler, we can say arguably is a good defender. He shut him down. Against a good defender, he gets scared, okay? Then he went to Philly, which is decent. He did decent. Then he went to Detroit. He had to deal with some Avery Bradley, a good defender. He got shut down. Then he went to Utah. They got blew out because Utah, that's why I like Utah tomorrow. They're playing very good basketball, and Utah is D'ing up. He's no James Harden, you understand? Then they went to Portland, who sucks at guarding guards. Actually, McCollum plays decent defense. I don't know, man. I'm on the fence. I might not play Beal tomorrow. I'm really thinking about not playing Beal. I had him initially, but now that I'm really looking at, the Suns are the prime matchup for Beal, but something else we know about Washington is this team is still going through something right now. It could be an Otto Porter night. Every now and then Otto Porter shows up for 40. And, it could be an Otto Porter night. It could be a Markieff Morris decides to get big. I'm not going to chase that Beal game. And I'm not going to chase it. I don't really like playing Beal. He's too score dependent. I don't like paying all the way up for my my guards. I gave him a good consideration. I'm not going to play Beal. I'm not going to play any Washington players tomorrow. I'm not going to do it. All right. Let's get to YouTube, man. See what you guys, how you feel about that. OKC been playing with or without Rudy. More minutes for Mike James with Booker out. I like Mike James tomorrow. Warren is gonna get at least 30 real points. But if he gets 35 real points, that'll equate to about 40 fantasy points. At 8K, I don't want 40 from him, honestly, with all this power that's on the slate tomorrow. So I'm thinking, is it worth it? You know, I'm thinking, is it worth it? Not quite sure if it's worth it. I'm on the fence. I'm still thinking about it. I'd rather pay down and get Spencer Dinwiddie at home. I like Spencer Dinwiddie at home, so I'm still on the fence. Mike James' contract is up. More incentive for him to play, especially now that Booker is out. He has a chance to showcase himself. And when a guy, I don't know about you, but if I'm 20-something, 20 young, early 20s, and I'm in the NBA and I got an opportunity like this, like he did the other day, and he took advantage of it. So I like Mike James, man. I like Mike James. I don't think Mike James will disappoint you for that price in this situation. Will Troy Daniels step up? It's a good question. What did he do that game when who was it against? Minnesota. Let's see what he did that last time that Booker sat out against Minnesota. Troy Daniels, people are talking about him because of that one game against Houston when he was just knocking down threes left to right. Was it Houston? It was Houston. Minnesota, he played 31 minutes. He only had 16 fantasy points. I don't know. I don't think it's worth the risk with my USD coming off of a losing night. I don't want to take that risk. Who starts at shooting guard for the Sun? Most likely it's going to be either Daniels or Josh Jackson. I think they'll go Jackson. Or they can go Mike James. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even predict that one. Good point on Warren. DFS plus. On Warren DFS plus, I feel like he has to make up for the ejection, and no Booker. Who else is going to score in the squad? That's how I feel. I feel like it's like KD today. He's in the same spot. He's the next man up. And what did he do against? Let's see what he did against when Booker was out that game against. Was it Detroit that we said? Who was it? Mike. Let me see. The game that Mike James went off. Minnesota. Let's see what Warren did in that Minnesota game. 25. Only 25. So who knows? But I like him. I like him tomorrow. I'm gonna take a risk on some Warren. Troy Daniels will get the start. I like Daniels plays well. He's gonna shoot at least 10 threes. Eric Gordon and Troy Daniels are my value plays. Chandler has been rested for this game. He was rested the last game, so I'm thinking he's good to go for this game. And with Booker out, they might look to him for some offense as well. I got some interest in Tyson Chandler. Can't lie. Nice. Beal and Warren locked. Beal was locked for me too, man. But on second glance, I'm not too big on Beal, man. I really don't like to gloss the Beal. It has a very bad feel in my gut when I play Beal. The game should stay close. DFS, my man, listen to me, please, and don't forget to make room for the Morris twin. They hate Phoenix for betraying them, and I'm going all in with him. Check out their stats versus Phoenix. Let's go check it out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Markieff Morris game log. I don't mind Markieff tomorrow, honestly. Especially power forwards versus Phoenix. I'll play any of them. Basketball reference. Somebody taught me how to use this site the other day. It's a drop-down button that you got to go to. Where is it? 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 I just saw it. Hold on. Markieff Morris. Splits. Let's look at last year, right? 2016 to 17. against Phoenix. Where Phoenix? Oh, here they go. So he had 5 points in 25 minutes. 5 points, that's it. They played 2 games, he averaged 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. No, I checked the stats. I don't see what you're saying to me. He had 5 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist in 2 games that they played Phoenix last year. I don't know. That's not too convincing. I don't see a lot of malice in that gameplay right there, buddy. I did check it out though, Sean. I did. Bro, we not effing up tonight. F Bill. You just said that man had 59 DK points. 51 was real life points. Yeah. That's a fact. That I don't understand that. I can't process that. You know what I mean? Like, he does nothing else. And what if they take away his scoring? He had a good scoring night. He was due for one, but how much can we trust that? It's hard, man. It's hard. Do you think he takes 37 shots over under? That's what I'm saying, man. Mitchell is a must play, of course. I love Mitchell tomorrow. Mike James, 27. He's up there. At least I was right about Randolph going off. I was wrong about everything tonight. Everything. Mike James has a 31% usage rate with Booker out. I love that. Love that stat. Harden and Mitchell a lot. That's a fact. Every time I played Warren, he's been a bust. I hate playing Bill. Let me see. Stay with your gut. I only play with your system. I create my own lineups from your system, and I'm up over 4,000. Markeith, thanks for them words, man. Thanks for those words, man. Stick to the usage. Safe floor. Sometimes I get distracted. You know what it is? I start winning, and I get big-headed, man. I start taking risks. And, the big boy Gabe tell me that all the time. Like, I'll show him a lineup. He'll be like, that doesn't look like a lineup you'll make. It's just not your personality. What's up? Who's influencing these lineups? I'm like, I don't know, man. I just got a good feeling. And I end up being upset. You know what I mean? So I just gotta stay grounded, man. So thanks for that, Marquise. That's a good one. I hate playing Bill, but I think we have to because the Suns play no defense. I think it is too risky to fade Bill, but I hate Bill as well. I just feel like I'm forced to play into that chart. I hear you, man. I hear you. Every time I played Warren, he's been a bust. Harden and Mitchell, yes. Mitchell is probably the plug. I love Mitchell. Fading players versus Sun is just not smart if the spread's close. What y'all think? I play Russell Wilson this week? Do you make the playoffs in your season long? Yes, bitchy, I did. By a tiebreaker. The guy that I played this last week, I beat him, and me and him are tied. So because I beat him and I have a better head-to-head, I made it into the playoff. Bro, it's Phoenix. Don't overthink it. But I don't feel like not having Bill be the reason I don't win with all the other people that has firepower. Let's keep it going. Let's keep looking. We got some stuff to look at here. I'm going to hold off on Bill for right now. Okay, we're going to go to Brooklyn versus OKC. All right. Spencer Dinwiddie. I'm happy that he played Atlanta twice because it makes me prove my point so clearly. So clearly. He played Atlanta at home. He had 42. He went to Atlanta. He only had 30. He went to Dallas, only 30. Houston, only 30. He went to Memphis, only 25. He's at home against Portland. He drops 40. He went to Cleveland, only 27. He's at home against Golden State. He drops 40. He's at home against Utah, which people well, not really. He had 50. He's at home against Boston. He has 35. So the theme, and then we look at splits. We look at splits, home 37. Look at that big split difference, guys. At home 37, away 20. I like Spencer Dinwiddie tomorrow, man. I'm a numbers guy, man. If I'm gambling, I have to look at numbers and probability. And it says it's a bad matchup against OKC, but at home, the kid is playing very well. Okay. And I got to consider some Dinwiddie tomorrow and not feel too bad about it. And then the other Nets, I don't really have too much interest for. LeVert. And then the wings against, if it's anything that I like for the Nets, their power forward situation, Hollis Jefferson for 5K against Carmelo Anthony. Now, if it's one thing that's for sure, two things that's for certain, athletic power forwards like Aaron Gordon, like Hollis Jefferson, these kind of guys, when they play against Carmelo's defense, they do very well. The reason is because he doesn't play defense. His foot game on defense is very slow. Guys are moving around and dunking around and beating him off the dribble. Okay, so with that being said, let's look at some splits. So at home for 5K, Hollis Jefferson. This is one of those plays that got to be a gutsy play. But in the last 10, okay, let's count how many times he makes 6 times value. 1, 2, 27 is good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 70% of the last 10 games, he made 10 times value, okay? At home, well, nah. When he's on the road, he seems to do better, it looks like. But Golden State, he did good. He went to Cleveland, he did good. He came home against Portland. Atlanta. Hollis Jefferson. I'm just looking at his minutes. Why is he not getting the minutes? He's not in foul trouble. But his minutes. All right, so this game was a 20-point win, so I could see that. This one was a 12-point loss. This one was Memphis. I think he got hurt. He got hurt there. This one was a close game. He got his 30 minutes. This was a close game. He got about 30 minutes. So Golden State was close. He got 30. Yeah, so the game, I like Hollis Jefferson. I'll consider some Hollis Jefferson for tomorrow. Those are names that's going to be low owned because there's no real big reason to play them. But they have such a big impact on the team that not having them can cost you. I think Hollis Jefferson's a good consideration. Booker off the bench, same deal, but he's not as athletic, and his minutes are in the teens. He's not going to get too much minutes. I wouldn't risk it for the bench player. I'll stick to Richard Hollis Jefferson. He's been fighting some ankle issues. So the last couple games, I could forgive him. It looked like this last one in Atlanta, he might be back. He's back at crashing the boards. Atlanta doesn't have any bigs. We know that I think he's gonna have a big scoring game tomorrow because Carmelo Anthony doesn't play defense. And if I'm going back to what I believe in my system and what has been working for me, something else I've been preaching is use athletic forwards against Carmelo Anthony. So I'm not gonna abandon that fact. If we go to watch this. We go to the DVP tool. That's what it's gonna say. It's gonna be Thunder all the way at the top, y'all, for power forwards, defensive versus Thunder. They're gonna be all the way on the top. I just know, without looking at it, I know because Carmelo is that bad, man. It's that much of a thing. Last 5 games, power forward. Draftkings. Oh no, they're down. They're down here. It's interesting. I was wrong. Memphis, New Orleans, Lakers. Let's see how it goes. Let's just keep breaking it down. He's not a must play, but that's somebody that I like mid-range that shouldn't disappoint. The last 10 games, averaging only 20 points. That does concern me. This game could be a blowout, but OKC's been having their own struggles. I feel like it's a dart play. You know, on second thought, I think it's a dart play, right? You're throwing darts with that one. You're really not too. There's no certainty to it. There's nothing I can say to make it a certain thing. There's no certainty to it. All right, and then something that I considered before I was Tyler Zeller for 3K. All right, he's averaging 6 times value for his price. He's the starting center for this team. And every game, look, he'll get you 31. I'll take 17 for that 3K. I'm not gonna lie, especially on a 4-game slate. Golden State game, they had to go small. But for Steven Adams, I don't think they have to go too small. I'll take 15 for that 3K. Portland, I don't know about the 12. 12, I might be a little bit pissed. But 18, 26, 16, 19. Those are pretty good numbers for 3K. All right. The only thing is, if I pay Tyler Zeller, I'm going to stack him with Allen. When we look at Allen's similar stuff for 3K, 22, 23. The only thing is, if it's a blowout, Allen is going to get the minutes. If it stay close, Zeller get more minutes. So if you have both of them, I think for that 6K combined price, you'll get over what you need. And one of them can easily get you into the 30s low key and make you happy for the night. So that's something I was looking at considering. I'm not going to lock it in yet, but I do like to stack up two very dirt cheap players that have to be used. One of them have to be on the court at all times. When you look at their minutes, we see they're literally splitting it. 2017, 16. 2017, 16. I keep clicking on the same guy. 16, 24. So the first game, one guy played 20, the other one played 16. The next game, one guy played teens, the other one played in the 20s. So they're alternating their roles a little bit. If you're going to be playing these big names tomorrow and you need some cheaper players, that's kind of where I would go look. And again, people are not going to like those players because they're going to say to themselves, Steven Adams defense, I don't want to mess with it. But don't be too intimidated by that, all right? Don't be too crazy and intimidated by that. Let's get into OKC. Westbrook for 12K is a little bit crazy, guys. It's a little bit. If Harden wasn't playing, I would say yes, pay whatever for Westbrook because he could be the highest scorer on the slate. But the fact that Harden is playing and Mitchell is playing and they're going against each other, I feel like even if Westbrook drops 60 tomorrow and I don't have him, 60 is only 5 times value for his price. The other day he dropped 77, right? If he drops 77 tomorrow, that's 6 times value, barely. And that's probably like one of his highest for the season that he's done. So 6 times value at that price literally is 72 fantasy points. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. 6 times value at 12K is 72 fantasy points. For you to expect that for him on the road is it's a little much. It's a little much, all right? And then he does have a lower road split. I'm not paying that for Russell tomorrow. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I can't do it. And then the bench players, no interest. Paul George, I might have some interest, especially against the Nets. His home and road split's pretty equal. We know every now and then he kind of goes off, right? Every now and then he goes off, but when? Right? But the last 3 matchups are tough. He had to deal with Minnesota plays D, San Antonio plays D, Utah plays D on those bigs, right? Orlando doesn't really. He did a little better. Minnesota. No, Wiggins couldn't hold him. Yeah, Wiggins can't hold him. Dallas, he did a little better. He was in the 30s. Detroit, 30s. Golden State, that was a big game for them. New Orleans, nobody on the wings can play defense. So teams that struggle on the wings, Paul George tends to do well. The reason I'm going to stay away from Paul George right now is because, look at this game. 21 points is supposed to be pretty good. But the Russell Westbrook from last year is back. All right. Russell Westbrook usage in the last couple games or so are so high and out of control that all these guys are doing like what Oladipo and them was doing last year. They're waiting for the pass out or whatever. They're role players. I guess the Thunder started off the season trying to play this whole team game thing and see if it works, but it didn't work. So now Russell Westbrook is back to ball hog, overexerting himself, and it's affecting these guys, all of them. All right. We look at Paul George. He hasn't had a good game in a while. We look at Carmelo Anthony. He's averaging 24 in the last 10 games. He's getting 31, 21, 18. The only person that's been able to pull out some decent numbers is Steven Adams for 6K. I'd rather him. If Steven Adams and Capella is the same price, I'm going to take Capella any night, especially in the matchup that Capella is in. I just like Capella better. But Steven Adams, another guy I like at home. When we look at his home split, again, 36. Away, 23. The sample size is like 4 months in, guys. Let's not get too complicated here. Let's just look at the numbers that's provided to us and realize what's really going on, all right? These certain guys are not apt to do well on the road. Now, they might. But why take that chance? If the numbers are telling you, listen, when they go on the road, they don't do well, They might have a game when they do well. Why are you going to put your USD that tomorrow is that day that they're going to do well? That's just a little bit crazy to me. I don't want to take that risk. You know what I mean? That's how I think. That's how I think when I pick players. So for that reason, I'm going to leave Steven Adams alone. And that's it for that game, man. I'm not really too interested in that game, to be honest. Spencer Dinwiddie at home for 6,500, yes. Other than that, no. All right. And then the big game that I'm really interested about, I'm getting to now. The late night slam when everybody already thinking they winning like we did last night. And then Harden comes out and drop 80. Bing. You be like, oh. Mitchell come out, drop 50. Bing. You're like, oh. And we just push our way into that money. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys been having some good dialogues. Let me get involved. Bradley only want to play because they got the same first name. I think it's a good play. Bill has such a low ceiling and floor not worth it. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about Bill on a day where they got so many people that can go off. Like even if he does go off, I just don't think not having Bradley Bill is the reason why I lose money. Last night I didn't have Bradley Bill and I almost won. And he went crazy. And I was like 2 places out of the money. So I'm not really into that. Granted, his usage is going to be higher than it was yesterday, but still. Look it up. Markeith hates Phoenix for not getting his brother there. I mean, I get it. I get it. LOL, Jerma. But, the narratives sometimes get a little bit excessive, and I don't really want to apply narratives to my drafting considerations. LOL, Jerma. He's a bad representation of my name. I can actually ball in real life. Spencer not at home tonight. They in Mexico City. Oh, that's what y'all kept saying. Okay. That's a good point. I might have to take Spencer out my lineup. The crowd. That's enough for me to. I swear, he's not at home. I'm taking him out without the crowd. I'm taking Spencer out. If Bill shits the bed, we get a huge edge. Dinwiddie would give us Bill numbers for less. I don't know about Dinwiddie without the crowd, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I can spare Dinwiddie. That's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. Kyle Pelka, him and his brothers were up there a few seasons, and they split them up without anyone. And they're bad blood. They're great value. One last thing, Jeremiah Black. Me and Bradley Beal, the only 2 black people named Bradley. So Hollis just came off injury. Good point on Bradley having a name. Yeah, I didn't cash and triple up tonight in DK, and I had 301 exactly. The cash line was high. Whenever the chart goes off like that, and the value, when everything goes off like that, you got to have it to like a T. Tonight is one of those nights that would have been hard, just hard from all the aspects. Fade Embiid and have Westbrook, Mitchell, Warren, Simmons, and Chandler. I can't fade Harden tomorrow and pick Westbrook. I can't do that. I can't fade Harden for Westbrook. Can't do that. Why do people like Mitchell? Just Harden defense on him, or nah? Because Mitchell's balling. I don't only play fantasy. I watch basketball. And Mitchell, Mitchell did an extra year. I think it's in Maine. What's his first name? Let's look it up. He did an extra year of I did a lot of reading about this guy. I spent a lot of time on basketball. Donovan Mitchell. He did an extra year of prep. I don't remember where. No, he went to like some extra prep school, like and he got some extra training, and that puts him ahead of most rookies. He went to Louisville, New Hampshire, right? He had like some New Hampshire. He went to Louisville. I don't know. But the kid's been balling. He's been balling. And when you look at the numbers, it might not reflect it because there have been some blowout games where they didn't really play him into the fourth quarter. But let's check it out. The Washington game, it only shows 27, only because they had them, and because of him. He came out early and just shut it down. He was 8 for 13, super efficient. All right. And then he didn't have to play too much. The New Orleans game that was close, he dropped 50 bomb. Okay. The OKC game that was close, he dropped 50 bomb. Clippers game, blowout because of him again. He dropped 24 points. He was efficient, 50% shooting. And then he dropped 36. He didn't have to play as much. All right. Denver, they won that game. He didn't have a great line, but Milwaukee, 40 bomb. Chicago plays defense, and that was a blowout. He only played 26 minutes because they won by 30. Philly was another blowout. They lost. He's good, man. He's good. His floor is like 5 times value. He'll get you mid-30s, and his ceiling is great. In 24 minutes alone against this team, he already put up 30. So imagine he gets 35 minutes, which I think he will tomorrow. He's going to put up another 50 bomb on him tomorrow. Trust me. I love Donovan Mitchell tomorrow. And then he's just so aggressive. He gets to the line, look, 11 times, 5 times. So he'll get to the line. He'll get you assists. He can dish the ball. He can play defense. He'll get you some steals. And we know that Harden is prone to turnovers. So I feel like some steals. The last time they played, he had how many steals? Just one. I like Mitchell. It's hard for me not to play Mitchell. I like Mitchell. I'll take out Dinwiddie and put Mitchell. I like Dinwiddie only when he's at home. All right. Let's take a look at Utah. I really made my case for Mitchell. Alec Burks, I'm done with that now. What's up with Neto? He hurt himself again? No, he played. Why do they have an O next to his name? He played against Washington. Neto is ruled out, then I'm into Burks. Hold on. Neto. Might still play Burks just to hedge that Mitchell play. Oh, so he returned Monday after missing 2 games to hamstring, but he's now with a foot injury. His option Rubio and be asked a lot of extra minutes. What did Rubio do? Rubio disappointing, man. Mitchell, they should trade Rubio to a contender. He'll do well. Burks played 20 minutes. He's good for 20 points. He had a not so good shooting game. I'm not paying up for Burks tomorrow. I'm not taking any risks tomorrow. I want all solid players in my lineup. Just Mitchell. Everybody else iffy. Gobert's on a minutes restriction. I'm not paying $6K. He's gonna play 20 minutes. Favors not really that good, especially with Gobert playing. Ingles super consistent. You know, he'll get you to 30 more time than not. But with the emergence of Mitchell, I don't know. I don't really love Ingles tomorrow. Cephalosha, I guess, had a big game, 33, but that's fake. Everything else been in the teens. So Mitchell, you know, I kind of lose interest after that. Houston, James Harden. I love James Harden. Love James Harden tomorrow. Love James Harden. He already dropped 80 against this team. Okay. For 6 times value, we need about 66. In the last 10 games that he played, he's averaging 64. You can't beat that. His floor is like 60. Okay. 58, 59. He will play in a blowout to the last second. All right. There's no doubt. Look, this game was done. He played 35 minutes. This game, all these games are blowouts, and he's gonna play to the last. That's another thing. Westbrook could sit out in the fourth quarter if they up, unless he's chasing like a triple double or whatever. Harden will get a double, triple double, and he's playing. He's gonna play 30. Look, there's no games you see his minutes in the 20s, and there's a lot of blowouts here, a lot of blowouts, and he's playing 35 plus minutes. Nothing is gonna change about that. I love James Harden for that reason. He is gonna be on the floor no matter what, and there's no stopping him. And I think when he dropped that I think they were in Utah that game too. I don't think he was home against them when he put off that 80-point game. I want to say they was in Utah. I think I was watching that game on. I think they were in Utah. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. All right. And then I'm looking for other values here. Eric Gordon for 4,900. Someone said they like him, but I can't really find a reason to justify playing Gordon, man. Gordon when CP3 was out, yes, but with CP3 back and him coming off the bench, there's no real reason to really be excited about Gordon. All right, now Chris Paul for 7, he's never in the 40s. I mean, the game he had 50, but he's pretty solid in the 30s, and for that price, I'm not really too interested for 30-something points. The reason he's about 30. Again, since Chris Paul came back, the team kind of got weird on us, all right? A guy that I like, though, is Capella. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's probable. He's upgrade. I thought he was going to be doubtful and out. So Ryan Anderson is probable. What's going on with Nene? Nene might not play. Whenever Nene is questionable, you can just say he's out. And that's another reason why you gotta love Capella. And consider some Tariq Black. Black is expected to serve as the Rockets. Oh, this is old news. But still, we're not gonna mess with Black. We're just gonna say Nene might get out. They don't have Key. So it's Capella. And Capella's too cheap, guys. I don't know why you guys are fighting that. Capella's too cheap. 6,500 for Capella is something that I got some interest in. All right. So when we look here now, so far, and as we got this set up on the screen, okay, we have the go-to guy for the Rockets, the go-to guy for Utah. All right. We can't afford the go-to guy for OKC. The go-to guy for Brooklyn, I did like Dinwiddie. All right. But I like him when he's home, and for him to be in a not so good matchup and don't have that crowd in his confidence, I'm just not too sharp on it, okay? And he's not really the go-to guy. Brooklyn doesn't really have a go-to guy like that, right? They don't really have a guy. Maybe Carroll gets the most touches. I don't even mind Carroll, honestly, because he's pretty locked in for 30 points. Look, 29, 28, 33, 40, 27, 37, 28. Against OKC, might be tough because he starts at the 3 and not the 4. Hollis Jefferson plays the 4. So Paul George locked that ass down. Let's see who he did well against or what he does against tough defenders. Atlanta sucks. On the wings, Dallas. Who's on the wings for Dallas? Bonds a pretty good defender. Bonds played a 4 or a 3. They start Kleber, Dirk, and Bonds. And Bonds did okay. Memphis. Portland on the wings, okay. Golden State on the wings are supposed to be great. You know, KD plays the 3. He did well. Utah, he still got his 6 times value. So I'll take Carroll. I like Carroll as like a lower own, and I have reasons to justify the Carroll play. I could play some Carroll tomorrow as the best player on the let's put the team. Let's pick nobody on the Nets, right? And let's see who averages the most fantasy points on this team that's active. D'Angelo Russell. The next man up is Carroll. So if we're picking relevant usage players, right, and we're going through the list, and another thing, just an FYI, if you go to Houston and you put fantasy points per game, it's Harden, Chris Paul, and then Capella. Okay? I can't oh no. Yeah, it is. If we take out Capella is the next highest fantasy scorer by a margin. The next one is 28. And they're going to be down Nene. So as I'm getting back to simplifying this thing and just looking at numbers and making it an easy process, I got to stick to what works. And I'm looking at these numbers, and that's what's working for me right now. So Capella. So in Houston, we got the go-to guy. On Utah, we got the go-to guy. We can't afford the go-to guy on Oklahoma. He's way overpriced, so we could take a pass there. On Brooklyn, we got the highest fantasy scorer that's healthy. So we could say we got the go-to guy, okay? Beal, we can't afford him. I don't really like playing him. On Phoenix, we got the go-to guy. All right. Philly, the 2 go-to guys are too expensive. They're too expensive. We cannot afford them. They're too expensive. All right. And then the go-to, who's the highest scoring? Lonzo. We can't afford him. Ingram. And then Kuzma and Pope. So I'll consider some Kuzma here, man. Kuzma, another guy. He's averaging 6 times value in the last 10 days. All right. He played this team already. He put up the 6 times value against this team already. And 30-30. These 2 games against Clippers and Sacramento, no, but for the most part, he's been in the 30s. And he's efficient. He's just getting 28 minutes, 43 points. That's pretty efficient. 27 minutes, 30. And he played this team in 30 minutes. He put up 33. What did he do special? He had 24 real-life points. He had 7 rebounds. And he's getting 10 and 12 rebounds. I've seen him play. He's crashing the board. I think Kuzma is pretty safe. And if we're going to look at each team and trying to get the go-to person, I don't mind. We can't afford Lonzo and Ingram. Ingram doesn't do well on the road, apparently. So they might just be big on Kuzma tomorrow. We could afford him, and we still got 3,500. So that's my thoughts, man. As I'm really trying to be careful and pick players that have a chance to have big games. And that's how you get those players. If you're picking the players that's representing their team, they're the highest probable player to have that surprise 60-point game. And you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Because they're gonna have the ball in their hands so much. You know what I mean? That's just how I think, man. That's just how I think. If Cephalosha does decent, then I feel like I got a winner. Still in the lab. Mitchell might see some Chris Paul defense. Rubio is gonna see Chris Paul. Mitchell's gonna see Dwayne. Mitchell's gonna go off tomorrow, man. Mitchell lives for these games. I could tell by the type of player he is. I'm not taking him out. Yeah, what I was thinking, Jackson. If Mitchell gets hot, they probably throw CP3 on him. Can't fade Russell on a 4-game sling with Brooklyn. Are you kidding me? Yo, Russell Westbrook is $12,000, man. What are you talking about? He's $12,000, and then so you saying fade Harden? Is that what you're saying? I'm asking you, Sam. What are you telling me to fade Harden tomorrow, or what? Play them both and have $3,000 per player? You have to pick one or the other. Why not pick Harden that put up better numbers than Russell Westbrook for $1K cheaper? I'm kind of confused. Tell me what's going on with that. Yep. However, Mitchell is hot right now and will play minutes. Russ about to have 80. Same. Yeah, you can at that price. Sam, exactly. You could fade him for that price because no matter how much you put up, whoever picks Russell, say Russell. Listen, guys, please understand this. And after I save my lineup, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to open it up. Hold on. Let me show you guys something. I'm going to make a better point for you guys, okay? Let me show you something here. I'd rather really make it clear because y'all don't get it. Or at least some of y'all don't get it, right? If Russell Westbrook tomorrow, edit a lineup real quick, right? If I have Westbrook in my lineup, okay? Now, he goes out and he puts up 80. What am I left with? Who am I going to pick? I can't pick Harden because if I pick Westbrook and Harden, I'm left with $4,500 per player. What am I getting for that? What am I getting for that? What am I getting for that? Westbrook, Harden, what? We throw some Ingram. We got to start at the lower end. Now we're bargain hunting, and then we're just gonna find ourselves in some real trouble, right? So we're looking for players, and we start from the bottom at 3K, and we go through and we say, okay, who can we tolerate? Who? All right, so we going through Mike James. I think I just seen him, right? All right, we could take Mike James. That's reasonable. And then who? We're coming up. Those Laker guys are really risky. We start taking these risks. You know what I mean? All right, we throw some Redick in there. Now we're down to low 4s, and we're in the 5,000s already. So we're average 4th place. So now we're stuck. We got to go down some now to get players, right? We throw some Randall in there, some LeVert. Look at these names that we're messing with now. These guys are not going to do it for us, guys. I'm telling you. We throw some Tyson Chandler in there. Now we got 30. Come on. He go off for 80-something points, but he's not going to help us. And I'm not going to fade Harden just to say I have Westbrook in my lineup. Absolutely not doing that. If I had to pick one out of the two, I'm going Harden, and I already made my point for that. All right. Stick to the system. Paul George can eat a dick as well. That's a fact. I like Westbrook, but damn, it's hard to fade the Simmons and B combo. I love target young up and coming teams versus each other. They are out there trying to prove something. That's a good point. I like Russ in a fast-paced game. Me too. I'm not saying Westbrook is not going to have a bad game, but in order for me to say, okay, it was worth it, he has to put up 6 times value. And at his price, that's 72. And there's no upside to that either. It's not really going to work for me. Westbrook and Adams. I'm in the West. Russ has triple-double floor. Yo, Russell Westbrook has done a triple-double and still only had like 50-something fantasy points. I'm going to find a few right now. Oh, no, the stat correction, they took it away from him. I forgot. It was this game. But even though if he'd had one more rebound, he'd have had like 58, 55, 56. Triple-double doesn't really mean much, man. Doesn't mean much. Be smart. Be smart, guys. It's hard to hear me telling you to be smart when I did some dumb things today, but be smart. I saw Donovan Mitchell live. The man can hoop. He will be the next big thing. I agree. Yeah, I have a mean triple stack with Beal, Harden, and Mitchell. Handles, jump shot, explosive. What time would you be on before lock tomorrow? I'd rather be scheduling my breaks and work around and shit, but I need a definite time. I know I ain't the only one in here who do that. Tomorrow, I'm gonna what time is lock? 8 o'clock, 7:30. 7:30 to 8. I'm on here. Last time Harden played Utah, he shot above 70%. Definitely not gonna happen again. Yeah, I'm not expecting 80 from him, but for 11K, I think he can get me 66 easier than Russell Westbrook get me 72. He's $1,000 cheaper. Not saying he's a bad player, but for some reason, keep going back to Philly versus Lakers. Never mind Westbrook, LOL. Harden on national TV. And he's on TV. He's definitely not coming out the game. Eric Gardner's in a slump, but he's putting up enough shots. I'm not taking him off the bench. I'm not fading Harden. Them boys are well rested and won't play again until Saturday. That's a fact. Anyone who plays any of these players, well, guess what you can. Yo, Jeremiah, chill, man. Do you think Mike Scott will play versus? I like Mike Scott. I did have Mike. I was looking at Mike Scott. Capella getting some Gobert D. I'm not worried about it. I will never play Warren ever again. LOL. He burns me every time I do. Gobert is balling against Capella. Don't like it. Now you gotta like Capella, man. For 6K, that's too cheap. Capella get 30 and his eyes closed no matter who he's playing. Kuzma, another home road split guy. All the Lakers are except KCP. No Kuz. I could get rid of Kuz. Easy. I don't have a problem with that. Gordon could go off, but he's iffy. If you pick Russ, you have to pick the exact 7 other dudes to win. It's a tough call. Exactly. I would try one line with both Russell and Harden, but definitely going Harden, Mitchell, Capella. Sam must have a robot who told him to use Westbrook instead of Harden. Basketball knowledge. I'm kind of confused. Let's finalize our lineup, though, man. Let's finalize this lineup. All right. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up, guys. Remember, I need 100 likes a day, and I'm giving away $50. The way that I'm doing it is once I'm done with the live, you can come back to the video and comment 5 numbers between 0 and 50. I already have a number in my head right now that I'm thinking about, okay? If you get that number with your 5-number pick, I put your name into a bag. On the day that I get 1,000 likes, I'm going to pick a name from the bag and I'm going to PayPal you $50 just as an appreciation for coming and chopping it up with me and helping me make these good lineups, all right? So go ahead and like the video. Make sure you comment your 5 numbers for a chance to win that $50 at the end of the show. All right, guys. Let's just finish this lineup. Let's finalize this. So apparently y'all don't like too much Kuzma. All right, let's see where we at now. Let's take another look at our lineup. We got Mike James, I like. Capella for 6K is a no-brainer. The guy for the season is averaging 6 times value almost for that. For the last 10 games, he's over 6 times value for that price. He played 22 minutes against the team. He's got 30. His backup is injured. What else you want me to tell you? You got to play the guy, man. You got to play him. You got to play him. You got to play him. Got to play him. Did Nene play that other game? Why did he only have 22 minutes? That's kind of concerning too. Yeah, Nene had to play 18, and he look. Did Gobert play? I think Gobert was out at that time. Was he? Hope he wasn't. Just to prove my point. And Gobert played that game. What are y'all talking about right now? Huh? Gobert played that game, guys. 25 minutes. Okay, and Nene came out in 18 minutes. Against Gobert, everybody. Gobert's not even the same Gobert from last year. That's first of all. Gobert's not the same Gobert from last year. Teams are doing well against Utah. That's first of all. Second of all, in 18 minutes, Nene put up 24, and Nene is going to be out tomorrow. Okay? And then in 22 minutes, this guy put up 30. What more efficiency than that do you want? Why y'all keep talking about Gobert? Trust me. Play Capella and Harden tomorrow. Win this chicken and be happy that you did, man. Trust me. It's that easy for real. All right. Now let's see. We got 6K to start at. Let's see if anybody stands out to us like that. Kuzma. Oh, what the heck is going on? It's weird. Caldwell Pope against Philly. Yo, man, I played Caldwell Pope the other day and I was disappointed. I'm not messing with it. Redick. Yo, Redick is safe, man. Redick is safe. He had one little 15-point game. He's getting minutes in the 30s. He's taking 15, 16 shots a game. He'll get to the line a little bit. How many times he got to the line when he played them? 4 times. He had 8 rebounds against them. 5 assists. 11 points. So he put up 30 and he didn't even score. He had a bad shoot. Oh, my God. Yo, play Redick tomorrow, guys. Please. The numbers are talking to me again. Look at this. Redick shot the ball 4 for 15. He only put up 11 real-life points. He went 0 for 8 from downtown. And I guess because Caldwell Pope must have been stifling him, all right? But he still pulled out 29 fantasy points against, and now he's at home now. When we look at his home road splits, he does better at home. He's averaging about 6 times value at home, all right? He does better at home. And he's putting up 17 to 25 points per game. So imagine he gets those other peripheral stats and his shot's a little bit better today. And we know Redick could shoot. His jump shot be wet. You know what I mean? He went 0 for 9 against them, and he still put up 30 fantasy points. In the last 10 games, he's averaging about 30. He put up 30 against them already. For the season, he's averaging how much? 27, over 5 times value. I think Redick is safe, man. I want to say Redick is safe. Let's see who else is on our list. How much is Redick? 52. Rubio, Gortat, Oubre, Ingles, Gordon, Ariza, Monroe, Lance, Clarkson. I don't see, all these names are so iffy. All these names are iffy, so we're not missing out on too much. Jackson could be a problem. It just depends. Sadorowski. All right. Now, Tucker, I'm going to play here. All right? Because in 29 minutes, if we're going to say we're playing Capella, we got to go Tucker. Just in case they pull this small ball lineup BS, for one. For two, Nene is going to miss the game. So the fact that Nene is missing and we already have Capella and we could afford Tucker, why not? Let's look at Tucker at a glance, okay? For 3K, we want 18 from him. He had a game here where he only scored 6 against Indiana. I don't know what happened there, honestly. But other than that game, 19, 17, 16, 21, 20, 25, 17, 27. Did Nene play that game against Indiana? Let's check it out. Did Nene play against Indiana? He did play. He only played 10 minutes. It was a blowout. How did Harden do that game against Indiana? 60. Look, both games. This one's 60. Harden dropping 60 when his teammates struggling. Y'all talking about fading Harden. Y'all crazy. I better play Harden tomorrow, man. I think I'm gonna go PJ Tucker to kind of manage my Capella bet. I think I'm gonna do Tucker because I don't want Dudley, Grant, Holmes. Tucker's safe. On the season, Tucker is averaging 6 times value for his price. I don't see why not go Tucker right there. And the Nate, what's going on with the Nate now? Let's see. He's questionable due to a corneal abrasion. He can't even see. I don't know if you guys have had a corneal abrasion, but it feels like sand is in your eyes. You know what I mean? This is the first. When does this come out? On the 6th? What's today? The 6th, right? So that was yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the first news of the Navy general eye injury, though it seems to be minor. More word on his status will following shooting round. If he's ultimately out, Tariq Black will probably see increased run as the starter behind Capella. Yo, listen. For right now, I'm going to put Tucker, okay? If Tucker does not, if Nene plays tomorrow, I'll probably go Nene with my Capella bet. Or I'll probably still keep Tucker because Nene they don't really play him too many minutes. Nene never gets minutes. I mean, he's good and efficient and all that, but he's not as consistent as Tucker. 13, 9, 15, 28, 16, 14, 10, 11. You know what I mean? He's getting like low teens in minutes when he does play. They'll just bring him in for Capella to catch his breath. And then when they get sick of Capella, then they throw in guys like Rhino. They put Rhino at the center quite a bit, but he doesn't really. He only got 11 minutes versus the Lakers. So who got all those minutes? I think it was Tucker. I think Tucker was the one that got all those minutes. I'm big on this Houston game. If y'all don't notice, man, I'm big on the Houston game. Yeah, Tucker got 28. Yeah, so I'm good with Tucker. I'm good with Tucker in the situation. I think I see what they're doing with Tucker, and that's the lineup, man. That's the lineup for tomorrow. That's the lineup. All right. Now, because I do respect the point that the Philly game could be a big game. What I might do is I'm going to make a lineup for that game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lot of money into my lineup that I just made. I'm going to do like today. I'm going to play one lineup with some Embiid in it and some Embiid and other players and Beal. I'm going to do an Embiid, Beal, Harden lineup. All right? I'm going to see how that looks. And I'm going to put it into a 10-time booster. So if for some reason those guys end up turning the slate out, because those are the 3 guys that can possibly do it, at least I will make my money back because I will score high in that 10 times booster. All right? So that's good strategy. Let's see what kind of tournaments they have for multipliers tomorrow. 10 times booster for the main slate. Only one say top 5 and top 10. I don't like this multiple crap. Oh, yeah. So I'll probably throw it in this one right here. I'll throw it in there. I think they give you 3 chances. I'll throw it in here 3 times. I can't. I'm bugging. I'm telling y'all my thing. I'll probably do the same thing. I throw it in here 3 times. Throw it in here. Throw it in all these. Throw it in all of them. I'll put 10, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8. So I could put $28, right? 20, 10, 20. And if it hits, that's $280 right there from $28. And then if it doesn't hit, because then my main lineup definitely gonna hit because I got all the other players that can go off. So and those are triple up. So I'm not gonna miss that $28 because I'm tripling up the 100 and change that I'm gonna put on this lineup. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about strategy, contest entry, all that stuff matters. So let's get to it, man. Let's work on a Embiid Beal lineup. Let's work on a Beal Embiid lineup. Let's do that. Just in case you guys really like them and you want to know how I would do it, I could show you how I would do it. Oh, I don't have to do that. I could just but that's gonna be my main lineup. I have a hard time thinking I'm gonna change it at all tomorrow. All right. Oh, it's here already. This is what I would do. But I would move some. So I had Beal, Harden. I'll take out Ingram. I don't know how I'll do it. I'll take out Mitchell. I'll take out Mitchell for Beal. Mitchell is another guy that's kind of arbitrary, right? Take out Mitchell for Beal. Keep Mike James because James, I feel like the usage is going to be there for him. We got to keep Warren because of the usage. Okay, now we can try to get some Embiid in there since guys seem to like, and then Embiid. So we got Beal, Embiid, Harden, and then we can mess around with those Brooklyn bigs. Like I said, that's the way I would approach that lineup. Get the value from both Brooklyn bigs. Something I was thinking, I just lost my train of thought. Let's move Warren to the small forward spot. And then power forward from Brooklyn. Allen. Kind of help with my Zeller pick. So in all actuality, these two picks are one player. I'm just cutting it down to a 7-player pool. I'm handcuffing these two to each other because of the role that they have to play for this team. There's no other centers. Booker's a power forward off the bench. Quincy Acey's getting like 5 minutes per game, 10 minutes per game. He's not really getting minutes like that. And Mozgov. Oh, Mozgov is look, he hasn't played since November. So Mozgov's getting a lot of DMPs. So this is pretty much the center, starter, and backup. Even though OKC is a tough matchup, all the guy got to do is grab a couple of rebounds for us, man. And like we see in the last 10 games, they've been doing that. They're averaging 5 to 6 times value. This guy's averaging 6 times value. So to have them together is a good deal. And then we got the go-tos for everybody else's team. We got Beal, Warren, Harden. We got Embiid. Now, if you guys are looking at Simmons, I don't want to stack that game like that, man. I'm really not. Simmons, we're gonna have to come off Harden. We're gonna have to come off Harden for Simmons. That's why I don't want to really do that because there's no way you could do that and be comfortable about it. You come off Harden, you go Simmons. All right. Let's do that. Let's go a whole let's mess with this game for a little bit, okay? Who else we like here? If I'm gonna do that, then I gotta give what's his name a shot, man. Let's come off these 2 3K players. Let's put Embiid as our center. We could fix it up. We like Beal. We want to fade. We want to keep it 10K and less. So we go Simmons and Embiid. We like Beal. Right? Warren is a goal. Mike Scott's a good play too. In 30-something minutes, he put up 24. He's gonna get the minutes because they won going to him. He was a big factor, although Beal seemed to be the one. He gave them 5 for 5 of shooting, efficient. He was clearing the ball. He got some defensive numbers. It might be chasing because when we look at the previous game, we got a 4, a 10, a 2, and a 25. But if you want Embiid and Simmons, then you might have to do that. But let's say you want to fade Beal just to make it a little more feasible. Right? Let's fade Beal to make it a little more feasible. Who do we go to for 2 guard at this point? Mitchell, just to get some more firepower in our lineup. We can do Ingram. I mean, Ingram on the road, no, but an up pace. I mean, it's worth it. Hopefully, he do better. And then save your bet. Put Ingram and Kuzma if you guys want to stack that game. It's just I'm not gonna waste any money on this. I'm just gonna stick to what I had originally. Satoransky against Phoenix is a good way to go if you're not gonna play Beal and you think this one might blow out. He'll get the minutes. I'm not even gonna put any money on a Embiid Ben Simmons lineup, guys. I'm being honest with you. It doesn't make me comfortable. I'm trying my best to make one. If you guys have any ideas, you can share it, but I'm not doing that. I'm not going there, man. I'm not going there. Do I like Reddick? Yes. All right. So let's as we continue to attempt. Wait, Reddick was in my main lineup, isn't he? Didn't he make it? Wait, what's going on here? I could have sworn I just made a lineup and I had Reddick in it. Oh. Yeah, I love Reddick. This is my line. I got Harden, Mitchell, Damari Carroll, T.J. Warren, Clint Capella, Mike James, J.J. Reddick, P.J. Tucker. Love Reddick tomorrow. Love Reddick. Yeah, I like Reddick tomorrow. Utah got smacked by second quarter because Harden couldn't miss a damn shot. Finished with Frazier and Oubre. Gobert's trash. Frazier has a little man on him. He lost it. Frazier is a bomb. LOL, he is, but this is fantasy. If I had to, I'm Harden over Westbrook. I agree. Westbrook has more help, and Harden is on a mission. I agree, but I'm 7-1-3 bound, so ignore my biased opinion. Yeah, of course. Harden over Westbrook, 100%. Lewis, put those two big men from Brooklyn in your lineup. What we come up with. The two big men will get 40 together for 6,700. Makes sense to me. I agree. I agree 100%. You talking about in the Embiid lineup, Embiid Simmons lineup? Let's attempt it again. Edit. That's my thought process. Oh no, we're not gonna touch this one. That's the Fuego. Here, let's edit this one right here. So we go back to Brooklyn and we get those two big men for that low. No. We get the power forward, Allen, and we get Zeller. All right. And then we need some Embiid, so he's gonna have to go in this utility spot because we already filled up the other spot right there. Embiid. We have to get rid of Beal for some Reddick. We all agree that Reddick should be in play. So we could throw some Reddick in there. Where's Reddick? There goes some Reddick. That's not bad. Do we need Simmons or we could hold on to Harden? How y'all feel? I don't know. This is for y'all. Little thing. Kuzma is a good pick. Chandler now with Nance back. Yeah, I like Chandler. Reddick and Morris for some value. But Chandler will be hard with that Brooklyn situation we got going on. The two cats from Brooklyn and Tucker plus big names. Let's go. Tucker is a punt play. I like him, but I see more realistic value. Yeah, Tucker just fit that Harden lineup that I made. And the reason I like him is because I have Capella. And when I'm using the strategy that I use to play Tucker and cuff him up with some Capella is not a bad idea ever. So that's how that goes. All right. Tucker is a punt play. Right. Really like the Mike Scott play. Best cheapie. Have you ever thought about having a guest or two? Of course, man. If you guys want to chop it up and you got microphones, I think I know how to use the system. I can learn how to get you guys involved, man. Yes, I need help. I need help talking. And somebody to tell me to shut up and argue with me and tell me how wrong I am. I can use some of that. This slate is too dirty. I'm thinking about skipping out. Nah, I like it. I like the lineup that we have, man. I think it'll get me where I need to be tomorrow. Dudley. Hey, DFS and the crew. I'm out for the night. I'm like number 5. Give the man some likes. He doesn't ask for money. I'm deep in the lab for tonight. I will share. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Skip Simmons. All right, so we skip Simmons. Y'all agree with that? Take Embiid, but skip Simmons. Is that what we want? Let's see. Simmons recently. Now, Simmons just had 6 steals. So without that, he'd have been in the 30s again with his 40 right here and 40. So the 6 steals helped him. Here, he had 5 steals, and he still only made it to 40. And then here, he had 31 real-life points. I don't know if he'd be able. I don't know. I think Simmons is worth not playing. I agree. Here he had 57. He had 18 real life points. He had 5 steals, 10 assists. So he played almost a perfect game. I don't know if he can pull that off again. It's yet to be seen. Embiid, on the other hand, he had like 40 real life points, 46, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 blocks. Oh my God, he went ham on them. And he has more realistic numbers. 50 here. He's double-double, 50, 40s. Yo, you guys are bugged out. But I'll make it, man. I'll see. So let's see. Harden, Embiid, that's a staple. Someone mentioned Chandler. Who will we take out for Chandler, though, right? Because we say we love Redick. Redick is consistent. You can't take out Redick. You can take out Mitchell. You know, he is costly. He'll get you into the 40s, but that's really, you know, there's no real so we already have him in the main. Let's take out Mitchell, move up Redick. I think that's reasonable. Right? I'm not really in love with Redick on the road, but whatever you guys like, man. What's some other good plays for tomorrow? Some Beal. If you guys want to go back there, you want to get some Beal for this lineup. If you're not going to play Simmons and you want to give yourself a chance and you're doing a lineup alternative, contrarian, I think Beal is almost a must. I think Beal is necessary at this point. Are we going to be able to afford him? I don't know. We're going to have to save 600. I'll save it with Ingram. I'm not really feeling too well about him. And then instead of Ingram, we can go Caldwell Pope. And Ingram is a good match for each other. He's only 5K. We know he's consistent. He had just one bad game that pissed us off. But other than that, he's been pretty solid. And Philly is a pretty good matchup for him. It took him 40 minutes just to get to 30, though. He shot the ball. He took 11 shots, 7 rebounds. How many shots has he taken? 12, 18. His rebound numbers hasn't been too great, but I like KCP or what? I've seen a lot of people like KCP. I don't like Hood. I'll take KCP over Kuzma, I think, right? But Kuzma's rebounding, scoring, you get some defensive numbers. It's one or the other. It's either KCP or Kuzma. KCP or Kuzma. I say Simmons is 40-ish on 10K. Yeah, I'm not big on Simmons. Utah needs Mitch. Rubio is junk. Can't skip a slate with 100K up for grabs. I play cash, but I always have one GPP. KCP over Kuz. KCP. So I'll do it. I'll throw it up in. I'll put $28 on this one. I gotta fix up some stuff though so we can make it work. To get KCP, we gotta move Redick down, right? Isn't Redick small forward eligible? And throw some KCP. If we must get some Beal and Embiid, I think this is the way to do it right here. And then can we upgrade one of these guys here? 34 and 33. Let's see what we can do for that. 35. Bahamute? Nah, don't do that. That's not worth it. Nene. If Nene somehow gets ruled in, this is a spot you could throw Nene in. It's better. But I still rather have those Brooklyn combo than Nene, honestly. I think this is it, man. I think this is it. Bogut, Andrew Bogut. What's up with Whitehead? Somebody with so much talent. I don't know why they don't play the Brooklyn Dawn, man. Patterson, yep. So this is it. So that's the 2 lineups I'll run with tomorrow. I think I'm going to stick to these 2 as the day go on unless some big injury news come out that changes things because they were well thought and put together. I like how I came up with these 2. Embiid is going to have to be – what the heck just happened? Embiid could save this line, but I'm not really too strong. I'm just going to put this one in all the 10-time boosters just in case Embiid go off for another 90 and Westbrook and Harden goes off for like 80. Then that lineup will be on the top of everything. Bradley Beal. And then we got some Pope, Redick. Mike Scott. Seriously, this lineup sucks. It's like a prayer and a dream. But we're gonna have to come off Harden to make this one work, man. I'm telling you. And I don't even want to. I don't think that's worth it. I'm telling you guys, lineup sucks, man. It's not something I'm not even gonna put $28 on it. I feel like it's a waste of money. It is. It's a waste of money. I don't think Embiid is going that crazy tomorrow. I gotta lose sleep over not having him. Because outside of Harden, Beal, and Embiid, we're looking at pure iffiness here, guys. We got Mike Scott, Zeller, Allen, Reddick, Caldwell Pope. There's no hope in that. It's just three good players with a bunch of darts. And if you throw dart 10 times, you might get the bullseye 4 times. You're not gonna get it all 10 times, man. You're playing around here. That's what I'm saying. Having Embiid, it's either Embiid, Harden. The reality of it all, man. Before I end my little stream here. Westbrook, Harden, Embiid, Simmons. Okay, you only can have one. If you want to go Embiid with your one pick over Harden, then you can go ahead. I'm not doing that. I'm doing one lineup tomorrow. This one here sucks. I'm sticking to Harden, Mitchell, Damari Carroll, T.J. Warren, Clint Capella, Mike James, J.J. Redick, P.J. Love that. Love that for tomorrow. I think I'm going to be playing some good music tomorrow with that lineup, man. Some real good music. All right? I'm getting ready to get out of here. Let me get some last thoughts. Short slate. You need studs. We got quite a bit of studs on our lineup. We got Harden. Oh, I don't know. The studs are expensive, bro. If you go Harden, you need Capella. That's why I got both. I love it. I got Harden, Capella, Tucker. I got Damari Carroll. I got T.J. Warren, Mike James. I love my lineup, man. I love it. I love it. It fits my system. It was well crafted. I wouldn't change it for anything. I'm getting out of here though, guys. Remember, I'm giving away $50 once I get to 100. Once I get to 1,000 followers, I'm giving away $50. The way you can get into the drawing is comment 5 numbers under this video between 0 and 50. I have a number in my head right now. If you get that number with your 5 number picks before 8 p.m. tomorrow when lock occurs, or not even before 7:30, before I go live, if you get those 7 numbers before 7:30, I will put your name into a hat. And the day that I get to 1,000 followers, I will shake the hat up. And if your name gets picked, you will get $50 into your PayPal. All right? I'm getting out of here, man. Peace out. Good luck.